A few weeks ago, I built an iron farm in my steampunk city, a crucial step for anyone playing with the Create mod. Now, I'm focusing on another essential resource, andesite alloy. I've designed the iron farm with this in mind, making it easy to export iron directly to a new building, an andesite factory. This factory will produce both andesite and andesite alloy. I'm also planning a monorail loading dock so that I can eventually transport materials around the city to new areas. If you are excited to watch this city grow, then make sure to subscribe to not miss an episode and leave a like as it helps the channel out. I've already turned the first farm today into a material list. The only problem is whenever I close it, I get kicked. So I'll just have to work around it, but the first item I want to tackle to get a couple off the list is copycat blocks. Getting used to the new storage. Oh, we have 19 zinc. Also, for some reason, someone has placed stone in my floor. I don't know who, but there's stone in my floor. But thinking about it too, I think I have copycat blocks just laying around down here. Oh, and yeah, there's a lot of items down there because I'm still not fully done sorting everything. But the stone and wood side are done for the most part, and I'm still working on adding things to this one. Copycats are now sorted into the system, and we're gonna need to do some mining. So it's time for us to use the upgraded drill. And we can just go behind it and pick up the scraps. I also need a lot of deep slate and tough, so that's why we're doing it down here. And I might as well grab any ores, and if we run into any caves, hopefully I can get enough zinc. I left the machine to do its own thing while I looted a cave, and it got quite far and also spawned a lot of mobs. We're turning into the home, which is still no monorail, and I can just go to the middle here, and I should be able to just throw all of this in here and it should be automatically sorted. I mean, I don't have mob drop sorted yet, but it's fine, right? It's all fine. Grabbed all the stuff I could find in the machine, and yeah, it was a pretty successful mining trip if I say so myself. Should probably keep the sink actually. Yes, we've just got to go over here and wait for it to trickle in. Although 3 stacks is definitely enough for now. Ooh, right. I never put that in, did I? Uh-oh. I also don't have a crafting table, I just realized. Okay, there are definitely some oversights with this workshop. But I'm too lazy to make the Dreams and Desires sail, so I'm just gonna make a fan catalyst instead. Could just use a lava bucket, but I might as well put it into something, right? There we go. Now we can smelt our zinc. With those immediate problems sorted, we can get to work to gathering up my list of copycat blocks. Already thrown some industrial iron stuff in here. Let's grab or add the copycat stuff, and maybe I can make my materialist work now. Fingers crossed it works. Starting to cross off some stone items off our lists now. We just need some more andesite. This is why we're making an andesite farm. I'm out grabbing some new villagers. Thought I'd stop by this cave here and do a bit of andesite mining. Considering we're making an andesite farm right now, I think this will do. I also grabbed some granite as we need that. And in the village here, no, you're not allowed to drive. I'm flying. You're coming with me. There we go. Back at the base, waiting for the villagers to breathe. I want to try out our mixer for the first time. I should just be able to throw andesite in here and iron nuggets in here, and it's mixing, and we're getting andesite alloy, and very fast. That was definitely way faster. Now just some more running around the storage room to gather up the final couple of blocks. And now I've got 8 shulkers boxes, well, pretty much filled at least. And all we are missing is one little thing. I decided to use prog lights, and I do not feel like making a farm. I've got a bit of slime and some buckets, and I've got to grab the plane before heading into the nether. Up at the desert village, let's get that place down so that we can travel up to the swamp. Swamp is quickly coming up in the distance. We just gotta find some frogs. Froggies. Hello. No, I don't want turtles. Or, well, I guess they're tortoises, right? Yeah. I don't want you guys. I want frogs. But why are there no frogs in this mangrove swamp? Frog. Any friends? No friends. Now, technically, I could just grab this guy, and that would work, because this would give me pearlescent frog lights. But I kind of want some tadpoles for the future. Ooh. Oh, it's a buddy. Okay, and you have one buddy. Wait, we need some water here. I have a bit on me. I managed to wrangle up 4 of them now. So if we just go ahead and breathe these, and then I guess I've got to do some waiting. 1 eternity later. Forget that you get more than 1. So we have now 6 tadpoles out of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and let the frogs out, but I will join one of them. And let's run out of the mangrove woods. Reaching over at Basalt Delta now, and it's time to catch some magma cubes. Looks like there's a good platform down there. We can get to it. So I'm scared the frog is gonna die. I don't want to have to travel all the way back. Right over here, you're gonna have a feast. Oh, and there's a new big one. Oh, it's working. You've just gotta feast a little harder, buddy. There's a lot to feast on. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Yes. Almost at the amount we need. Yes. Okay, might as well get the extra few. Back at the base, and I think it's time to start building, where I want to kick us off with some stone and try to make some terrain for this build. With the help of our gyrocopter here, we can bring ourselves down a bit as well. Already bringing out our first blocks, which is going to be some tough, I was gonna say, but well, no, this is tough. Good job, Stam. I want to create a half circle. I'm gonna go up to around this point where I want to bring in some polished tough slabs. I want to build out a bit more of the stone before continuing with the structure, just to help me save on resources and figure out exactly how the building will fit in. So I want to grab our Dean bricks, polished granite, then over in the wood shulker, jungle logs, jungle planks, and warp trapdoors. Oh, and the spruce trapdoors. Can't forget to bring out the polished tough slabs again. I've also outlined a bit of dirt just to help me place some of these logs and figure out exactly where the building is going to go. Corner over here is going to be our first polished granite, and we're gonna just stack this up and do... I forgot a block. I need rooted dirt as well. I want to bring us up to around this height. Yeah, this should be good because I need to be, well, yeah, roughly alongside that pipe right there. Or, well, I guess the bottom one, I need to be above that. And you'll see why in just a little bit, but continuing to expand this first wall up. My bed just fell all the way down as I was trying to sleep, but I've already brought in 2 windows and I'm bringing in 2 more up here. This back wall here is going to be incredibly boring to begin with, but it will get more decoration probably as I want to bring in another building in this area over here. So I just want to leave it pretty empty so that I can work with that later. Finish this first wall off, which, yes, very bland. And the second one, which is also very bland. Although I do want to bring an alley through here. So I think a fire escape would look really, really cool. So bringing ourselves up to this height before bringing the catwalk blocks, and we can bring this around over to here where we can add in a door. And then we just continue this upwards. And right at the top, just some ladders to bring us up to the roof if you need to do maintenance and such up here. And the roof is going to be made out of mud, where we can bring out a 2 wide strip across right here, bringing us out on this end to make the roof a little wider. And I want to bring out another structure in this area, as you can see the markings down here. So we're just gonna leave that open for now. While we are up here, I did bring some radiator fans, and I think we can just grab in some decorations. Smooth stone as some AC units, radiator fans on top of those, and then just a little shaft connecting the two. But let's go ahead and head down for the roof, where I've added in some railings here to safely bring us down to the ground, which is in the sky above an ocean, but it's fine. It's the ground. Okay, I want to grab my 2 create component boxes now. I shouldn't need much more than that. Maybe some polished deep slate just to help me out. Got some temporary blocks, and let's grab a bit of stone. Oh, actually, wait, we'll grab a bunch of cobble with us as well. To save on inventory space, I'm quickly building the interior floor plan for the factory with the cobble deep slate. Floor in and shulker boxes placed. It's time to work on the actual farm part, and I'm going to work backwards here, starting us off with our chests, which will be our access point for this entire farm. And we're going to, of course, be making both andesite and andesite alloy. Vaults flank this right above, and then let's go off in this direction, where I really don't see a need in using the biggest vaults possible. I think 7 blocks is going to be plenty. This was a really weird way to build these vaults, but hey, it works. This will be our andesite alloy 1, and I want to make the andesite alloy actually visible inside of the factory. So basins are going to go right on top of these 2 casings. Then obviously some mixers above that. Let's lead a build out of this one, and we kind of got to make them come from this angle, as we need to also put some of the andesite into the actual storage. Okay, I'm pretty confident about this. Brass funnel right here to split them, and then if we just do a funnel leading in behind both of these, that should be the andesite alloy. Or well, of course we need to supply it with nuggets as well, because this is going to be the andesite. The way that we take our one source of andesite and turn it into multiple will be right above this, with one belt going a little further, and then some brass tunnels right here to split them up, and probably some blocks right over here so that items don't go flying. Just continued building this mechanism up here, ready for some cogs between those. Let's add in another buffer item vault right up here, which will help us combine the 3 metal presses I want to use. We'll actually bring these up quite high, as my plan is to bring in iron and flint through this pipe here. I'm actually going to remove the top pipe because I didn't think they looked too good extended out, but smart chutes go up here, and then our 3 basins on top of that. Ran down and grabbed some andesite for filtering. Just adding in a couple more belts up here, where we've got to use andesite funnels to input items so that we don't have this as the output. 3 brass funnels on this side, and another 3 right here. This one's gonna go into a belt from the side, or I guess we could do it over there, but we'll do it from the side. And this is going to be our gravel farm, and we've added a very, very powerful mod, mainly to save on lag, because cobblestone generators are super laggy, and this is a mechanical generator which will generate cobblestone for me. Gotta make sure it actually generates cobblestone as well, and then we will do a brass funnel on that. I don't think it's a mod I'd use in a regular playthrough because it's very, very OP, but in order to save on lag on a server like this, it feels quite worth it. And I mean, it makes the farms easier to make, so way to win. This over here is our flint input, and we're just gonna add in some encased chain drives here because we gotta bring this up just a little bit. Should be, yeah, around this height, and then this is obviously going to continue this way. This actually gives us the perfect opportunity to also get the iron input sorted, where we're gonna have a giant encased chain drive line going all the way over here. Some belts coming into the middle, another cog over here. This belt right here should, yes, oh my god, okay, almost fell way too far. I was going to say it should line up with our iron nugget input into the andesite alloy machine, which it does. We can actually also use this to power the presses right here. We just bring out some shafts and then put those, oops. We'll sort the lava input a little later, but just bring the pipe up next here and into these. I know it's a little ugly, but I literally can't put the basins next to each other if this isn't the way you do it. And also, you're not gonna see this area, so it's fine, right? Back up here, we need to finish some things off by adding in some mechanical crafters, a barrel right on these, and then an output, which my funnels. I don't know how I feel about the fact that you can open shulker boxes like backpacks. It's quite handy, but I mean, I could also just use backpacks. I don't know, something about the shulker boxes, it's nice, okay? It's nice, I like them. And we'll just do an input one as well. I guess this one could actually only take one at a time, so we might as well use an andesite funnel. Facing the right direction now as well, and that is pretty much... Okay, well, hold up. That is pretty much the entire andesite farm. Yeah, andesite really isn't that difficult to automate if you have already iron and cobblestone and a gravel generator looks like that. Although we do need lava still, so it's not quite going to work. Plus, we have maybe a quarter of a building at the moment. So I'm getting to work on building up the rest of the structure. Starting off with bringing up the walls of the half circle foundation we worked on earlier. This will encase a monorail depot to bring lava into the farm and andesite out. On top of this purple tone section, bringing in tuff and sea lanterns before topping it off with a deep slate roof and connecting the roof from earlier to it. Then moving on to the second block structure that will be the connection point for the iron farm pipe. For this, going for a classic factory feel with blocks such as brick, dripstone and granite, adding in some windows consisting of trapdoors with either black concrete or lights behind them. Finally, topping this off with our mud roof and some more AC units. But this roof needs some more details, and I want to bring up a big billboard. We'll start off there and over here, and then this is the middle, extending these up a block and then bringing out our catwalks, 3 blocks. And then we need to bring the catwalk across these to connect the supports up to it. Even going up to a second level here, which we also connect across the entire length. Finishing the actual support of the actual billboard. I know they're not connected, but from a distance it will look good, I'm hoping. Just gotta finish off some railings just so that you don't fall down when you're up here working, and maybe changing it out. It is gonna be saying something that's probably gonna stick around, but you know, lore. I also added in a row of lamps right at the bottom, and that's because I want this to look really good with shaders on. So if you're walking around down here on some roads, you can look up at this with the shaders and you can actually see light hitting the billboard. So if I remember, we'll take a look at that a little later. But before we can get some final details in, such as what's going to be on the billboard and a few other things, first of those fixes will be the fluid tanks over here, where I want to extend up just some decoration. No, actually not down there. And we're going to take away the window on those, and probably one over here as well. Need to come back in here with another crimson plank, but we'll do that in a little bit. And we have 2 big tanks on top of here, which is going to house our actual lava. And we're just gonna extend these up together, which patches that hole up. And on the inside, we, well, okay, don't mind those holes and that back there. We have this to fix. And polished deep slate is going to be, of course, the choice, as this is going to be the entrance into the monorail depot. And the deep slate has been a repeating thing across the base. Finishing off the top here using some copycat steps. And we can finish bringing this around. And, ooh, missing a couple of blocks up here. And some copycat steps as well. Final part now is we're still missing the walls, and kicking this one off with tough. We're going to continue with our coral after this. Some gravel is something that I want to start bringing in here. And of course, leading all our way to our stone. Walls are starting to get somewhere now. And I actually want to bring in a round window here. I want to use some copycat slabs just to make the circle even better. Bring in a couple of different blocks in these. And I guess before we go too much further, let's actually get the window in with our purple glass. And I also think with me putting that in, you can guess where I want to use the pearlescent frog light, which is of course behind this. And again, I looked at this build with some shaders on, and it just looks so good if you have the corresponding light going out. So pearlescent frog lights it is. I'll fix the bottom later. We just need to cover the glass and some stone for now, or well, forever. Just finish the walls off, and we are at the point now where we need a roof. And I'm bringing out the original roof palette for this one with some stone bricks as our lightest block. And with original, I mean that one. Off the starter base, bringing this up all the way to the top. Bit of basalt right here at the top, just to kind of show that there's a little edge here. Then we'll get some gray concrete out from that and finish it off with our cyan terracotta in the rest of this. I've yet again prepped a schematic cannon to give the build a final layer of detail. I had to do a bit of manual work with the billboard letter spelling out Andesite Factory, and turning some shaders on. The Andesite Factory build is fully completed. or well, at least the actual building. We need to connect some things up. And of course, we need to fix this area where we need to connect the pipes across. I've already done a little bit of work here, but we need to bring this across so that we can bring a belt over. We're going to start with just getting the bottom layer of this in, and then I think I want to connect the farms up. We should be able to bring rotation over as well from the iron factory, and I am a little scared on the steam engine side of things, but I hope it will be fine. I also hope that this is enough to bring it across the entire bridge. Yes, looks like it is. We'll just smash our way through and into this. Yeah, okay, it goes in. Good. And now we just have to figure out how to hook up iron blocks and flint to this. Okay, flint wasn't very hard. That's good. Maybe the iron won't be too hard either. And with it all spinning, it also means that the andesite farm is spinning. So output here. Oh, this is gonna drain this. Wait, I should really limit this to like 1. Yeah, because I was gonna... I mean, it doesn't harm to drain it, I guess. But yeah, I'd rather fill it up with 1 iron block than a stack on each one. For the flint one, I do not care. I just need to reach it. Because, yeah, we have max flint. Even with my emerald farm below using flint, it still never ever runs out. But one of those right there, and we are sending flint into the system. And that actually means if we just hook up some lava generation to this building, it should actually all be working. Also, I'm realizing I'm missing a few connections for the drop-off of lava, but that's a future problem, okay? Because currently my plan is to finish, well, the andesite factory behind me, which is pretty much done. And then we're gonna work on another factory building. Ooh. And then in the next episode, I want to automate lava and set up the first monorails in the city. So I'm super excited for that, as well as getting power sorted out, because that one steam engine in the iron farm, it's not going to be enough. But before we can work on that second build, and I will fix the lava. I will. But I want to solve one of the city's biggest problems at the moment. And most of it has to do with getting around, because, well, I'm using this dirt and the gyrocopter. We need some roads. And I've got this massive schematic prepared. That schematic has now been placed, ready to be put in the schematic cannon. And what do we need? Okay. It's not terrible. It's also not great. Right, I also forgot to check, how do you make asphalt? So deep slate and asphalt block. Ooh, slime. Grabbed up all of the tuff from my mining machine and threw in as much deep slate as I could carry. Then in the storage already, we have 900 tuff. So let's see how far we can get with this. This actually got me all of the tuff and deep slate I needed. Well, I had to grab a little more deep slate from the drill, but I also crafted up all of the cut deep slate for the deep slate asphalt block, and I have figured out how we're going to get the slime. We need to get our hands on some lime dye, but I think I figured out how we're going to get all the wheat we need. And all we should need is a stack of blocks of redstone. And if we bring this stack of redstone blocks over to, again, with the boats in the way here, Charles's portal, up and through. Hello. Ooh, he's working on trains. Is he home? Is he just going to appear out of nowhere like usual? Well, he said he's coming, so I better just wait, I guess. Oh, well, that I think he's on his way.
Hello!
What on earth is that?
My little tunnel bore. It looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it looks better. I mean, actually, mine looked better. It didn't work well, but...
well, this one works perfectly.
Oh, that's nice. I have some redstone, because I've heard you need redstone, and I mean, yeah. Maybe you'd like to trade that for some wheat?
Absolutely. Come with me. Let me just empty my inventory. I have a bunch of stuff. A bunch of cobblestone. Oh, full chest. No, that's not the stone chest. This is the stone chest. Sorry, I'll be right. Just 2 seconds. Yeah. Gunpowder. There we go. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
come
yes.
Come with me. Over here, if we just pass by my infinite train track generator.
Ooh. I see you've already started using the drawers.
Yeah. Over here, I have a little farm. Here you go. Got 16 wheat for you.
Oh, 16.
I can get a lot more if you right click it. It's full.
Is it full?
What?
Charles.
No way. It's been dropping. It's been putting tomatoes and seed instead.
Stack of wheat.
You're kidding me. You know, I extracted like 50,000 wheat from this thing the other day.
Wait, what have you done with
Oh,
that?
the portable storage interface has 400.
Wait, what?
If you just right-click the chute.
That's a thing?
Instead. Yeah, just
It
right-click
has...
the chute.
Wait, what? It has that much space? No. Wait, where?
Well, it said 400, didn't it?
It did
maybe
say
it's in this
400.
one. It's trying to send over. Yeah, look, it's trying to send over 800.
Oh.
Let me drop out some wheat seeds. Kill them.
Why aren't you
Do you
just
have any
burning the
lava?
wheat seeds?
Yeah, do you have any lava?
Yeah, I have lava on me always.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, engineering. Oh, that's all.
Mr. Smart guy.
Was that really all? You have so many lettuce seeds in there. You have 11,000 kelp.
Oh, yeah, you're getting the wheat. Oh, yeah.
We're getting the wheat.
And it
I'm
feels
making
good.
roads shells and I need slime for the roads.
What?
Yeah.
Why? What kind of roads are you building?
Asphalt. You apparently need it for asphalt.
What the f?
I have like 10 stacks of wheat now.
Okay, well there is
So-
more if you want it.
Do take that. I have enough. Yeah, well, I like that you have so limited outputs for so many blocks.
I am what they call poor.
No, I don't think you're poor. I just think you're lazy. But yeah, call it that.
What? I made this when I had nothing. Okay.
Okay. That's fair. But then you're lazy to not fix it when you have something.
True, that's true. I'm
Yeah.
working my way up. Right now, I have a project. As soon as I'm done with that, I can take care of it.
Next week, if we could have a meeting at some point, that would be great.
Okay. Like a date?
Sure. Well, I don't want to get your hopes up, Shells, but like it's more of a business meeting than anything.
Oh.
But if you want to see it as a date, you do that. We can have a date as well. I mean, I heard about this very nice establishment at Spawn called the Schlafburger.
Yeah? I don't
Yeah.
think they have burgers. I don't think they've had burgers in store for a while now.
I know. I've checked. Back from that transaction, and now we should just need to crush the wheat up and we should be good to go. So heading over here to the crushing wheel input, I think 6 stacks. Throwing that in there is going to be enough. I also want to throw all of these ferns in there and the sea pickles. The rest can go in the pit in the middle. Out at the bottom now, we should be getting a lot of wheat flour and green and lime dye. Perfect. We're gonna need 24 stacks and I think we need 1 slime ball per 4. So we need 6 and maybe like a half. While that's washing, we'll head down into the leftover storage where I do still need to do a lot more filtering, but we should have some white dye just laying around down here. Pick up the wheat and I nearly managed to get enough lime dye, but there should be enough for the slime that we need. We should have enough slime, even missing 4 there. I actually just did the math and we need about this much slime because we don't need slime for this recipe. We need slime for this recipe and we only need to do this recipe a little over 100 times. So this should be enough slime actually. The scorches shouldn't be too hard. We just need to grab a few stacks of sand. First of all, hunt those. That's then been blasted into scoria, which together with some black dye, we can turn into scorchia. We need to throw in 3 stacks and 8 of this, I think. We are going to run into an issue here. We're gonna throw that in. We will also throw our slime balls in. Issue is, I don't have any lava to power up the blaze burners. Once I do have it, it will be as easy as flipping this lever, but for now, we'll have to head behind, and I have a bit of charcoal with me, and we'll just have to power them up manually. But it does look like the splitting has worked, which is great. Let's see, we are getting asphalt. Perfect. We should have 6 stacks and 16 in here once it's done. Ooh, the splitting didn't work. No, I was afraid of this. Yeah, because scorcher and slime balls ended up in different ones. We might have to retinker with the system a little bit, but for now, let's take these asphalt blocks. We'll throw those in here, and then we'll take the cut deep slate and throw that in over here. This should now go and combine, and we should get deep slate asphalt blocks. It is really, really fast, but if it won't split equally, then it's also kind of just useless. I did change up distribution methods in there. We'll see if it works next time I use it, but for now, this right here should be 25 stacks of deep slate asphalt block, which actually wasn't that hard. We just got 1 final material now to grab up for the road. Gotta dig myself down here a little bit from the ice road. This should be good enough where we bring out some rails, and it's time to yet again use that drill. Materials moved over to the schematic cannon, and that means it's time to get the first roads built up in the city. I spent a fair bit of time in a creator world planning these out and building each individual support. They were all the same design, but since they weren't going in straight lines, I had to tweak them to follow the road's curvature. So far, the road stretches between the andesite and iron factories, past the starter base, and over into a new district. So I've decided to kind of divide the city up into different districts, and the one right here behind me with the iron farm and andesite factory is currently the metal district. Although the metal district as a name is a little boring, so let me know your suggestions down below on what it should be named. Other than fixing up the roads and, well, this road that leads into the new component district, which we will start working on today. It's missing a few tough blocks, but I also got the andesite farm up and running. At the moment, just a small little lava farm here at the back to have it running. And as long as I'm in the area enough, this is maybe from an hour. It's created around 4 stacks of andesite. So if I'm just here building and working away, that should rack up. And then obviously it will go super fast once we have infinite lava supply to it. But enough rambling, as we've got to fill these shulkers here before we can start the new district. Ooh, my wood supplies are actually really low. Brought a few saplings with me over to the savanna as I need a bit of acacia, but there's also a bunch of space here for us to cut down some other trees. Back at the base, I need to do a bunch of crafting to turn this wood I've just gathered into the necessary blocks. And with that done, I want to make a stop over at the newly built andesite factory as I need to stock up on some andesite alloy. Some of this I need to use straight away to craft a few create components as I want to build a small farm in this build. Quick trip to Mr. Gout's base where he should have some sheep around. Does that mean he has... He did steal my horse. And I don't need a lot of wool. So thanks, Gout. On our way back from Gout's, I'm making a quick stop at the coral reef to gather up some bubble coral. And while I'm out here, I might as well fill up on a bit of sandstone. And then to finish this material gathering off, I'm yet again in need of tuff, so another trip with the drill. With all our materials on me, there's just one thing we need to do. And that is to take the quadricopter. And we only have 3 pieces of fuel left in this, so I'm hoping I can get back up. But I quickly just need to bring this down here because my pickaxe has been dangerously low this entire episode. So I think it's time for us just to repair it, because we can do it quite easily here. Might as well repair the rest of our tools. And if we... Right. There's a little bit of a hole in the road, and that's due to this.
Why you're playing into his face, trust me.
No, land on it, land on it, land on it, land on it.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually not too mad over that, because I think we can use this to our advantage in the presidential election. Because I really want to win, and I think I could use this hole to sort of pressure a certain person named Sorchi to maybe vote for me. I also have some other things that might put him in favor of voting for me. Now, this is going to be the first city block in a residential area. I do want to automate items here, and we will get the first farm in just a little bit. For now, though, I want to work on a street level below the main road, using some basalt, tuff, and I think even some cobblestone for ourselves. We will be back detailing this once we are done with the buildings, but let's get started working on those. First off, I want to build up a foundation using some prismarine. Continuing from this, I'm starting some walls with terracotta and dripstone while adding in our first windows and creating details like a door, plus adding extra shape with diorite. I'm using the same palette for the second floor that I'm topping off with a birch sandstone mix to mark the change in palette as I'm moving to slightly brighter blocks with orange terracotta and rooted dirt. And with the building being above the main road now, I want to build some extra windows on the 2 sides to create more detail and make it feel less flat. With the walls done, I quickly want to finish this first building by building the roof consisting of our sandstone birch mix, with the main roof consisting of mud with some cobble deep slate walls to give it a sort of shingles feel. where I'm really switching up the style here, but I really like it. I want to slow things down just a little bit and head here onto the inside, where I want to create this farms, I was gonna say, but this district's first ever farm. And this is going to be the component district, and I'm going to be using a lot of drawers for this area, just because moving items around with belts and such would make it really laggy. So I'm gonna try to save on the lag and do it that slightly more boring way, because me and the others did have a chat on the server, and we did decide that it would be a little better to add in the drawers and use them here and there to just save on lag whenever we can. And something like this should work for the footprints. Now, obviously, I want to connect this to the andesite farm we did today. We won't be setting up any monorails today, but they will be coming soon. And the things I want to make in here are cogs and shafts. We're going to use a drain over here and right here. Brass funnels as output so that we can set filters to those. Then let's see. This is where we'll take our andesite from. That will lead into 3 different belts, if I can get around here. Okay, I've filled up the room a little too well. We got a gearbox right over here, extending this up 2 blocks, and then cogs going out. Some tunnels so that we can split off the shafts, because we need the shafts obviously. And how am I gonna place these down? I guess we'll do that. Mechanical mixers to obviously make the cogs, and then all we should need are some input funnels on these, plus cogs right here connecting that up, which super simple farm. And this should actually be all of it. I'm not sure I'm gonna hook it up today, but it will become very useful in the future, so I did want to build it. Back to working on the houses we go. I want to plan out the foundations for the 2 final buildings of this block, using a mix of tough, bubble coral, and stone, creating the entire first floor of the outer building with this block palette. Above this foundation, I'm working on quite a simple white palette for the walls, consisting of mainly bone blocks with some diorite ever so often. I tried something new for the windows, using iron doors and trapdoors to divide them up, using light blue glass behind that for a bit of color. Decided to add in a simple dark oak roof on this, looking sort of like a factory. I quite like it. It's a little hard to see from down there, so if you just come up here you can see it a little more clearly, and there's some fans in there spinning as well. I also added a little more to this back alley here with a fire escape, as I want to bring up another building right here, but I did want this alley that you can get out to this front road or path, and that obviously won't be the main entrance into it, as that's going to be right over here with like a little tunnel entrance, but that's all future things. The present is this building, which is going to turn into a bar, and I want to actually have an interior on this, as I want to sprinkle a few interiors throughout the residential area to make it feel like all of them have interiors. I'm thinking we can have some rugs just to brush the feet off when you get in here, or the shoes. Then this corner I want to turn into the bartender's corner, with a little table in here where we can maybe put 2 brewing stands as your, I guess, holders for drinks. I'm not sure. Or tappers. We got a little old trapdoor in there to get in and out. And then I'm thinking maybe just spacing some turntables out as like bar stools. Although that one's a little close, and no, they're not sideways. Okay, it's fine. Then some tables where I'm thinking we just use some spruce fences and like a trapdoor on top of it for them. And then I think, yeah, we can remove the arms, and I think we can also, yeah, we can remove the back. And how will this look? Ooh, it sticks through, but I think I'm gonna go with it because I'd like an extra table right over here. Then we can have a slightly bigger one in this corner if we just bring out 2 of these. I want to get some straw statues in here to make the bar feel more lively, and I'm going to check with my supporters to see if I can use some of their skins for it. However, before we actually do that, let's get the windows in. I know, a little odd order, but I've already kind of have them planned out where I want them to go, and I think around 4 high should be good, or I guess 3.5. Stand those walls up, and I gave it a name, Bob's Patron Bar, as it will be filled with patrons of the channel. Not only supporters, but also just people that hang around in streams and are active in the community. For the roof, I actually want to try something a bit new. Yet again, with some hoppers, first lining that, and then where we place those hoppers, we get some servers, and where we didn't, we get a cauldron. A lot of what I've been building here in the city blocks for now have been really inspired by builds I found on Pinterest, just because this is a style that I've not really done a lot of building in, so I've had to use some help from a lot of inspiration pictures. The inside felt a little too open as well, so I'm just adding in 2 layers of the roof to make it feel more enclosed. We could also change it out for some other blocks, but if I do choose to do that, I'm going to do it in the future. But same detail to repeat on this side now. Open this up with a little bit of deep slate, and ooh, I gotta reach that. So we'll just break the road a little bit here. Final thing here I'm thinking is some chains, connecting some AC units. Just gonna place these on here. I'm gonna probably make these stop spinning. They're not on at the moment, or maybe they should be on. We can have this one on, and then we'll turn the other two off. So we'll have this one on and this one off, because this one's a little higher up, so you can't really see it as good. We'll clear around back to the storage here, and I actually don't even have the sort of the sticks. I need to do another round of sorting, but I'm probably gonna do that in between the episodes yet again, because yeah, there's a lot of just items down here that really shouldn't, or like nothing should be in here technically. I should have some wheat left over from when I was at Shal's, and I want to turn these into... No, that's not the recipe. Aha, that's the recipe. 16 star statues will definitely be enough. We'll throw the rest in here for now. We're at the residential area. Let's just jump in here, where we're gonna need a bartender. I'm thinking 2 people at the bar. Maybe filling this area. Oh, no, I don't want to sit down. With 3 people. We can have a little duo and someone alone on this one. Cleaning up my shulkers. Added in a few more details here on the outside, like some street lights, and we can actually get rid of these torches along with some barrels just to decorate the space a little more. I want to give the same treatment to the alley here and on this side, but I don't know where the houses will be, so that will kind of decide where I can put decoration or not. But if we do head up here and enter the patrons bar, we've got some of the supporters in here. We got a mix of some mods and some people playing on the supporter server, and also some star statues. This will be Lemon, and this one I haven't really decided yet. Also some pictures from my supporter server of the builds that they've done on there. Here's a train station at spawn, for example, a part of the train track, a mountain range someone's working on. This is absolutely massive, super cool build, and then just a little house up there. So I thought it'd be fun to just get them in here, and it actually gave me some skins to put on the people. Before we end off, however, turning some shaders on, I just want to look back at the andesite factory built at the beginning of the episode, and of course also at the residential area, just to get a little overview of it all. And this style behind me here has been really fun to work with. It's been pretty time consuming, but it's something I really want to work on and get better at. And I'm excited to see how this part of the city develops. But that is going to be it for me today. So thank you so very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.